Dear learners, in this video I am going to discuss the poetic device, about the poetic device you will encounter or you will come across in the different poems like Daffodils, next poem The When Autumn Came, in the next poem Learners, and after that Once Upon a Time. So there are actually a number of poetic devices the poets used in their poems, respective poems, in order to make the description clear and vivid. So there are, as I have told you, there are a number of poetic devices such as metaphor is there, simile is there, then personification is there, then you will get alliteration is there, then onomatopoeia, onomatopoeic words are there, then binary is there, then kind of this double meaning type of words are there. So these are the, or some other poetic devices are also there, but in everywhere you will come across this kind of rhyming couplet, rhyming scheme is also there. I will discuss all these things here. So first of all, you have come across simile or metaphor. So simile and metaphor are the poetic device which the poets are used in the different poems in order to make the comparison. So first we will describe, or I'm going to give the definition in a written form, you will get it. But first thing is that metaphor, what do you understand by metaphor? Metaphor is actually an expression that describes a person or object in a literary way, so by referring to something that is considered to possess similar characteristics. So here to the person or the object you are describing. So the first thing is that I am making it clear to you. So the thing is that the poets use metaphor to make comparison between the object or the person, or a person with the object, but they have possessing some similar characteristics. Like, okay, so metaphor is a comparison with the person or the object, with the person or the object. Okay, but that those persons and objects are having the same characteristics or same qualities, similar characteristics. You are describing the same qualities with the person, and that those things are available to the object also. So that is a kind of metaphor, is a comparison with the person or object, but they are having the similar characteristics. Okay, like there is an example in your book, like in the Seven Ages of Man, that is written by or composed by William Shakespeare. He compares reputation of human being, reputation, you know, fame of a human being, like an ephemeral bubble. You know, bubbles are there, ephemeral bubbles are never lasted, or bubbles never last actually. So like human reputation, he compares human reputation with the ephemeral bubble. So that is a kind of metaphorical comparison. Whenever someone compares that particular inanimate object reputation, human reputation, with the ephemeral bubble, but they are having the same characteristic, like they are never lasting, they don't last. All right, so he compares human reputation with the ephemeral bubble in the Seven Ages of Man. That is a metaphorical comparison, and that is a metaphor, that is an example of metaphor. So next we are coming here with the simile. Simile is a direct comparison, like simile, whenever the poet compares two dissimilar objects or things to make their description vivid to the reader in the poem, reader of the poem, he compares two dissimilar objects, that is called simile. Like in the poem also you have got in Daffodils, he compares, the poet compares his loneliness with the cloud. I wandered as a cloud, as and like. These kind of words will be there whenever the poet use simile, right? So you will get these kinds of words like as, like. So with those kind of words, the poet compared two dissimilar objects, like human loneliness, or loneliness of the human with the loneliness of the cloud. So as and like will be there. With those kind of words, the poet uses the simile. Or simile is a kind of again it is a comparison, but with the dissimilar objects, because the poet wants to make those description clear to the reader or the vivid to the reader. That's why these kinds of explanation, this kinds of comparison is done. So there is a difference between comparison. Metaphor is a comparison also, but simile is also comparison, but in simile you will get like or as, these kinds of words. Okay, all right, then we are coming to the personification. So personification is that the poet sometimes describe the non-living objects of, like non-living objects as human beings. For example, in the daffodils, you have got tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. Like human beings toss their head, and like the way human beings toss their head, the daffodils were also tossing their heads in a very light sprite means in a very lively dance. Okay, so whenever you put the poet put some human characteristics in the inanimate objects, that is called personification. So in the poem, there is a poem, and storm the blast came, and he was tyrannous and strong. The poet in that particular poem, he compares the storm as a strong person, as a strong, like a powerful tyrant. He compares storm is an inanimate object, and with the storm he compares the very storm seems to be the very tyrant and powerful tyrant and strong tyrant, in order to bring the magnitude of the stormy weather. Such description of the inanimate objects of the human being, or as a human being, when the poet puts the human characteristics in the inanimate objects, those are called personification. All right. So you may give the explanation of or you may give the examples from the poem Daffodils also. Clear? So after that we are coming, personification, metaphor is done, and then personification, simile is also done. Then we are coming towards alliteration. Alliteration is a kind of thing. So alliteration is that whenever the predominance of the consonant sounds are there, from the beginning to several words, from the beginning to the last, several consonant sounds are going to repeated, those are called personification. That means, see, the predominance of the consonant sounds, then the same sounds or the sounds, especially the consonant sounds at the beginning of several words that are close together, that is an example of alliteration. So alliteration is an example, like you can say, like F sound is repeated from the beginning, S sound is going to repeat it. All the consonant sounds, if repeated and that are very close together, those are the examples of personification. Like you can give the example, sea sails by the seashore. That means S sound is repeating everywhere, na? Sea sails by the seashore. Then it is the example of personification. Sorry, alliteration. Then we are coming to the onomatopoeic words. So onomatopoeic words is that some words are there those particular words are similar to the noises they refer to. They are called onomatopoeic words. Means onomatopoeic words or onomatopoeia is a figure of speech where sounds imitate sounds, where sounds imitate, words imitate, where it is a figure of speech where words imitate sounds, then that is the example of onomatopoeia. So like clattered, clash, hissing sounds, the hissing of the snakes and the buzzing of the bees disturb me. Those are the example of onomatopoeia or onomatopoeic words. Then binary is that whenever the poet use two different kind of thing, two contrasting type of thing, like day and night, sun and moon, laugh and cry, then a pair of words means some pair of contrasting words that from a pair, they are contrasting words from a pair, that is called binary. The poet use different kind of binary words in different poems. You will also encounter these by examples of binary in the next poem, The Listeners. So these are kind of moreover, except all of this, means there are some more type of poetic device or figure of speech are there. So we will discuss in the next class, next video. So that is the thing. Means here I am going I have already gave the explanation of the personification, simile, metaphor, binary, then onomatopoeic words or onomatopoeia, and alliteration. So thank you for watching the video. For the timing, thank you.